Hey, what's up, all Less Than Fortune viewers? I'm Owen Finch here, and I am the Less Than Fortune champion. Still can't find the belt, but I am champion. And, I am here to give you another Monday Night Raw review every week. And this Raw, I gotta say, was kind of hard to get into. The first half was, kind of shit. And, then I got into it, and then something happened that I'm not gonna say yet that made me not get into it. So let me start my Raw review. So the first thing happens is we see Bret Hart come back, and I legit think he was actually speechless. He was probably legit speechless. He hadn't been there since the Montreal school job, but he pretty much thanks his fans for staying by him and sticking with them all those years from the Montreal school job. Then CM Punk comes out, and I'm glad that the commentators do mention, Michael Cole mentions that that it's the best there is, the best in the world against the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Well, the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. I messed that up. I fucked it up. But he comes out and he says that if the sorry, I just had a foot roll up, so I'm going to be going a lot. I'm going to be shaking because I want another one. But, he pretty much, CM Punk comes out and says that, he will be, that if CM Punk had fought Bret Hart in 1997, CM Punk would not have won. And, CM Punk would have, left the company to WCW. WWE would be dead by now. There'd be no Attitude Era, none of that. And then Bret Hart says, I would have put you in the sharpshooter a lot faster than an instant or something. And then CM Punk says that Bret Hart doesn't know the first thing about respect. That by the way, he's talking to the WWE champion. They bicker a little bit more. And he says that I've never taken a personal day, neither has Shawn or Jerry the Kid Lawler. So then CM Punk gets angry again, says something else, I don't remember what it was, and leaves the ring. Not great way to start Raw. And then his music plays, so that was pretty cool. Then we have, and then they show a poll for Raw Active, and they're gonna decide who Randy Orton's opponent is. And this kind of like them fucking voting. It's fucking pointless because it's fucking scripted, and it can't really happen because don't they have to, like, how would Randy Orton know to be there? How would Jerry the Kid Lawler know to be there? It was obvious to be Randy Orton. Randy fucking Orton. Because they picked Randy Orton, Brodus Clay, and Jerry the Kid Lawler. So yeah. Then we get on with the next match. This match was shit. Kofi Kingston and R-Truth versus The Miz and Antonio Cesaro. Shit, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth win because Kofi hit the Trouble in Paradise on Antonio Cesaro. But they do announce that Antonio Cesaro, there's going to be a battle royal on the pre-show of Night of Champions, and the winner faces Antonio Cesaro for the United States Championship that night. That was pretty much it right there. Then we had, and then the Bret Hart and Sheamus. Okay, pretty much the rest of the Raw was shit until we get to, and CM Punk and AJ backstage wasn't that bad either. They say that she's upset that AJ signed. CM Punk walked out, so they made the universe pick the opponent. Punk didn't think that it was fair that Cena didn't have to compete tonight. So then his opponent ends up being Randy Orton. They didn't have a bad match, but they had an okay. But it wasn't the greatest match they ever had together. Eventually, Randy Orton goes for the RKO. Dolph Ziggler from behind. Punk and Ziggler double team Orton. Jerry the Kid Lawler makes the save and it goes to commercial. We come back and it's a tag match. Pretty much it was just a handicap match because Punk had no interest. The match wasn't really that good until Paul Heyman came down, and Punk's like, this match is horrible. Where can we get something good to eat? They're having a conversation, and Ezekiel is going, excuse me, and Punk's like, excuse me. And then Orton hits Ziggler with an RKO and wins, and Orton and Jerry the King Lawler win the match. So that was pretty much it right there. They're backstage, and they want to ask the relationship between Heyman and Punk just says, I'm a Paul Heyman guy, like he did in that first promo. So yeah. Then Kane and Daniel Bryan are backstage. They're arguing about all the stuff that happened. The doctor, I don't remember his name, the anger management doctor comes backstage, and AJ invited him, and they have a situation that will either tear them apart or make them work together. So then we have another shit match between Slater and Ryback. When Ryback, AJ and the Primetime Players are backstage. The Primetime Players are cocky because they're the #1 contenders to the WWE Tag Team Championships. Then AJ says that that they're not the #1 contenders. First, they haven't beaten every team. They first have to beat Kane and Daniel Bryan. Then the match happens, and the match was okay. I liked it when Daniel Bryan wouldn't tag Kane, then eventually gets a tag. Kane does a comeback. Bryan tags himself in. After Kane had chokeslammed Darren Young, Kane chokeslams Daniel Bryan on the Darren Young. And Bryan gets the pinfall, and it ends up being Bryan and Kane versus Kofi and Truth at Night of Champions. I don't think they're gonna win, and I'll say why in my predictions video. Then we have Del Rio versus Tyson Kidd was shit, but I did like the fact that you actually believe that Tyson Kidd could have won when he locked in the sharpshooter on Del Rio. That I did like. Other than that, Del Rio just kind of squashed him. And now I have some sad news. You see, throughout the show, this is probably like halfway through the show, it's kind of depressing. I guess Jerry the King Lawler had passed out, and some people came on a stretcher and took him out, and then and Michael Cole, and this is legit, this is not fake. I did post it on Facebook, and then that's all they really have. They did try to give him CPR. He went to the nearest hospital, and that's really all they said about him. So that's kind of sad. I hope Jerry the King Lawler is okay. But after this, they don't. And then the next match is Sheamus versus Otunga. It's hard to get in. Plus, I would not have gotten into this anyways. It's hard to get into something when somebody else comes in, when something like that happens. Sheamus just won off the Texas Cloverleaf. Then Sheamus does the blow kick to David Otunga, and he's not allowed to do the blow kick. So AJ comes out, goes to punish him, but Booker T just pretty much says that this is World Championship business. And then AJ and Booker T says that if the Sheamus uses the blow kick again, he'll be stripped of the world title. So I guess they just made it obvious that Sheamus is gonna win if he can't use what's the point of him using because what would be the point of that storyline being there if Sheamus just loses the title on Sunday? Then Rey Mysterio and Bret Hart are backstage. Kofi and R2 sent a towel saying that saying that they won't be able to work together. They just pretty much give their thoughts about the match at Night of Champions between Kane and Daniel Bryan. Then Kane and Daniel Bryan are backstage, and they're arguing who should be on what the name of the team should be. And the anger management doctors suggest why not friendship, and then they just argue again. Then we have another Jerry the King Lawler update. They say that he was breathing on his own, that he was doing like lights and stuff, but he still needed the oxygen. That's pretty much what they said. And they're gonna go without commentary out of respect for Jerry the Kid Lawler. Then it's Rey Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes. Again, hard to get into this match after what happened. Cody Rhodes wins up from a distraction off the midge off the crossroads. I would have gotten into it if Jerry the Kid Lawler didn't happen. Then Cody Rhodes did the crossroads to the Miz, and I guess it's gonna be either a triple threat or they'll have a fatal four-way with Sin Cara in it. John Cena's going backstage, going to the ring. Then they come back early because they wanted to give you another update, and they did announce that his heart was beating, that he was starting to react to stuff, but he needed a CAT scan. And Michael Cole is pleading to Lawler as this is going on to please let him come back from this, fight from this. Then we have Bret Hart interviews John Cena. Now this kind of got me back in. This got me back into Raw. Bret Hart says that that the Punk and Cena rivalry, and this is kind of overrated in the fucking rivalry, reminds him of the CM Punk, that Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels rivalry, and Cena reminds him of Bret. Punk reminds him of the old Shawn Michaels. And Cena didn't think that he earned that accomplishment yet, and that they call CM Punk pretty much a big phony. Punk comes out and says, "You think I'm a phony? I've been the WWE champion for a long time." And then he's like, "There's two phonies in the ring right now." And then Cena kind of shoots on him. He pretty much says that you have the WWE champion for 300 days. It was really 296, but it's gonna be 300, so it's not really a botch. Cena says that the only night that he made noise was when his microphone went silent, and those rants, there was no ice cream, and you wanted the ice cream bars, you wanted change, new talent. It was just, and he pretty much says it was just CM Punk becoming a star, but you've watched, and he pretty much goes on about how he watched main event after main event pass you by. Cena doesn't think it's because of the company, which it really is because of the company, though. And he says that Cena's earned his way to the top. He went from underdog to being a great superstar, and he did it by being himself. And then he pretty much brings up the fact that he's copied everybody. He's copied Randy Savage. That he's pretty much copied. That he says that he hasn't found CM Punk yet. And then Cena pretty much says that he calls him a son of a bitch too in this promo. He just kind of he just fucking owned Punk. He fucking owned him. That got me into it. And then he says he's gonna kick Punk's ass. Punk goes silent. He goes to hit Hart. Cena blocks it. And then he goes to hit him again. Bret Hart blocks it and hits him. Bret Hart's music plays, and then the show almost ended. They gave us an update that Jerry the Kid Lawler was starting to regain consciousness and stuff, that his heart was beating and stuff like that. And they said that it wasn't part of the entertainment, that this was real, and they're going to give us more updates on WWE.com. And that he's going to have those CAT scans. So I'm going to read off WWE.com, and hopefully I can give you guys an update. But this Raw was started out shitty, was getting good, then went depressing because of the Jerry the Kid Lawler thing, and then yeah, it went depressing. It was like the Great Depression. And then it got good at the end. But if the Jerry the Kid Lawler stuff didn't happen, I would have enjoyed it a little bit more. But the match of the night, I don't really have that would be Punk and Orton, because that was the only match I could really enjoy. The worst was probably Ryback versus Heath Slater. That's pretty much it, guys. Peace out. Oh, and I actually should say this. There's no peace outs yet. There is no peace outs. Let me say this as soon as it comes up. Let's see. So, what I would like you guys to do right now is Subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed to Wrestling Fortune 44. Add Owen Finch as a friend on Facebook. Follow Owen the Birdman Finch on Twitter. It's just Owen the Birdman. And when you're at it, you can like Wrestling Fortune 44 on Facebook. It's on our page. Subscribe to Owen the Talkinator and follow that page. Subscribe to CM Brothers and follow that page. Subscribe to Adam, and I believe his channel is 1-9907. And you can add Adam Russell as a friend on Facebook, and you can follow Adam Russell 12, Adam Russell 13, Adam Russell 14, and Adam Russ 03040880. Those will all be in the description box. And Adam made a page, but I don't know if he's finished it yet. I have to get the link to it, so don't like that page until I can get the link to it. So that's pretty much it, guys. Peace out. I'm gonna have a fruit wall up now.